Hello there, viewers, and welcome back to Unsmart Hub. I'm your host, Adams. As usual, we normally share many opportunities from which someone is able to earn either offline or online. In this case, today I want to share about virtual assistants. Virtual assistants is an opportunity whereby someone is able to help businesses, either businesses to make earnings across the globe from wherever they are. So, in simple, it's a remote job where you get to help professionals and many other people like entrepreneurs and perform the activities that seem to be daunting to them from wherever you are across the globe. So to begin with, we need to note why is virtual assistance of importance, and I would tell you that most of the businesses across the globe are finding it difficult to keep on employing many employees within the organizations because of the costs that come with employing people to remain in the offices. Those costs include having to pay for their health, having to pay for their retirement. So most of the organizations are choosing to employ freelancers because whenever you employ freelancers, at least you'll have terms based on a contract basis. That means you perform, you are paid. You don't perform, you are not paid, and there is nothing like payment for health. There's nothing like pension in this case. So the organizations get to save lots of money. Again, organizations get to identify freelancers because most of the freelancers tend to have very specific qualifications or skills that are needed in comparison to making employment to some of the people within organizations who serve a broad purpose. So if you get to employ a freelancer or a virtual assistant who in this case is very skilled in the activity or the particular need that you have, then the outcome tends to be better, way better in comparison to employing somebody who has a general skill within an organization. So ideally, that's why a virtual assistant becomes important within any organization or business or for any entrepreneur across the globe. So moving on, what is so important for a virtual assistant so that they can stand out within this particular profession? As a virtual assistant, you can't be a master of all. As you know, always, whenever you try to be a master of all, everything is going to fail at the end of the day. So you need to identify your passion or your expertise and focus on that particular skill that you have. For instance, in virtual assistants, you know, there are many things that anyone is able to perform. And one of the things that someone is able to perform as a virtual assistant, you can be a social media manager, you can conduct administrative duties, and you can also be a graphic designer. You can also act as a customer service person, whereby you get to answer to customer calls, emails. Most of those are the things that any virtual assistant is supposed to do. However, you can't be a master of them all. You need to showcase to the world that you have specialized in one of the particular uh, skills and you are good at it. Whenever you specialize, even the companies and the professionals who are after hiring you, they tend to believe more in you because you know you understand what you really are doing. So, if for instance you are good in management of social media, you need to say that I'm a good social media management virtual assistant, rather than saying that I can do any task. If you compare those two people, somebody who says that I can do any task as a virtual assistant and somebody who says that I'm a good social media management virtual assistant, most likely the person who specifies what kind of a virtual assistant they are, that is the person who is most likely to get employed first or get the opportunity first, because the employer or the organization that's seeking to employ gets to know that this person who knows what they are doing, who understands particularly social media than any other person. So that's it and done. The other important factor that you need to do as a as a virtual assistant is that you need to create a profile online. That means you need to look for freelancer platforms or to look for social media platforms. It will all depend with you. If you're looking to get jobs from a pool of jobs from where they are posted, then you need to create an outstanding profile in in freelancing platforms like Upwork, Freelancer, among other many available freelancer platforms. And if you are seeking to cold pitch to the companies or organizations or individuals, then you need to create an outstanding profile in some of the professional um, social media platforms. For instance, LinkedIn is one of the major professional social media platform where you can compete to the right organization or individual interested in the kind of skills that you might have. So once you've created an outstanding profile, either through on a freelancer platform or a social media platform, then the second thing that you need to do, the next thing that you need to do is start bidding. In the case of a freelancing platform, you need to log in or create a profile and then identify the jobs that match the kind of skills that you've given in your profile. Because if you try to find a job that doesn't match with the kind of profile that you've given, it will be difficult to land a gig. But if you try to find the jobs or the gigs that I identify with the kind of profile that you have, then it will be easy for you to land your first gig. Once you land your first gig, it's always important that you attach samples to your profile, you attach referrals to your profile, but don't attach referrals if they are not willing, because that again is going against the ethics of this particular profession. So if you have a profile in the case of social media platform, then you need to start code pitching. For instance, in LinkedIn, there are some of the premium packages that they provide for you to start code pitching. You need to pay for one of the three available options within that particular social media platform, so that now they can allow you to code pitch. Once you've paid for either of the packages, then what you need to do is determine the kind of organization or the kind of profession that you are trying to code pitch to. Once you do that, now you can use the search engine that's on top of LinkedIn. Maybe you can say, I'm trying to target this particular industry, for instance, the health industry. Then you need to insert the health industry in the search engine. You need again to be more specific. I'm looking for what kind of health industry or health profession. You need to put in the nitty-gritties in the search engine because it's comprehensive. It will ask for those other minor details, and then you get to search, and then there are the options. They'll present themselves before you. Then you'll try to connect and then send code pitches, what we call emails. Try to ensure that the emails are as attractive and relatable to the target customer as possible, and make them as convincing as possible, so that most likely they are going to convert to be your employers in this case. So once you have done that as a virtual assistant, then you need to keep on improving on your skills. You know, it's a never competitive field, just like any other online, because there are many people who will have the same skills that you have. So for you to stand out or stand tall among them all, what do you need to do? Basically, you just need to read, you need to research as much as you can so that you might be up to date. So when an employer is in a dilemma of whom to hire, you'll have the upper hand because you'll be more informed and will look as somebody who understands what they are doing. So once you do that, you increase their chances of getting more gigs and earning more at the end of the day. So as you keep on moving, you need to start setting your rates. when you're setting your rates, you should not set your rates to be so low or too extremely too high. You should set your rates to match the kind of skills that you have. However, also you need to know, if you set your rates at a very low rate, that means some of the organizations will not want to identify with you because they might identify the low rates with poor quality. Again, if you overmatch your rates with the kind of work that you deliver as well, most of the organizations might not be interested. So you need to price and package your rates in a premium manner and in a matching way, so that going forward you'll be able to make a good living from this particular profession. So moving forward, again, you need to identify diverse industries, because sometimes it might happen that one of the industries might not be performing well, or again you need to diversify. As they say, diversification is important in everything, because once you diversify, you decrease the risks that come with losing a stable income. And then, as a virtual assistant, you need to understand some of the basic tools that will make you successful. And then in this case, they are the tools that are most important. They are the ones that are used for project management, and the rest are used for communication during the engagement of the project. So some of the tools that are necessary that you will find to be common in this particular aspect include Slack, Trello, and Asana, that facilitate efficient project management. While in the case of communication, there are the softwares or tools that become handy. The first one is Skype, and the second one is Zoom. However, you might use others depending on your flexibility and that of the organization that will have given you the opportunity to serve them. So I would love to tell you, if you've just mastered just those few pieces that I've just mentioned, then you are on your way to becoming a successful virtual assistant, and you'll easily get as many gigs as possible, and you'll keep on growing to become one of the best in the field. That said and done, I hope you've enjoyed this particular session. If there is any kind of question that you'd love me to address regarding virtual assistants, kindly feel free to mention it in the comment section. And please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Thank you, and see you on the next one.